Good morning, everyone. My name is Josh Blaylock, and this is the Skype for Business recap, Blizzard edition. For those of you that are not aware, there is some big storm, winter storm, and it's either Jonas or Jonah, something along those lines, that is barreling toward the mid-east coast, and going to drop a lot of snow on the whole area. And I think in this area, I'm kind of in the western half of North Carolina, and we're up near the mountains a little bit, and kind of in the path of where the storm is rolling through. So right now we've got about 6 to 8 inches of snow on the ground outside, and a lot more to stack up throughout the day and tomorrow. It's going to be quite the load of snow. But I don't think we're going to get it quite as much as the expected 2 feet plus of snow that's going to hit DC. But yeah, it's quite the storm here. So yeah, I'm looking at the snow still coming down outside. I think it's kind of just getting started, and it started last night, and we should see a lot more. It was pretty funny letting the dogs out this morning. We have 3 dogs, and they go running out. They get their paw about this deep in the snow and kind of look at it like, oh, what is this? Clearly, we don't get snow around here that much, and they are a little thrown by it. But good times. It'll be fun to go play in the snow a bit later on or something. At any rate, for those of you that do follow me on Twitter, you may have seen my picture I posted this morning of the hat on a bench with a snow-covered patio and their porch in the background. And if you were thinking when I said Blizzard Edition that I would be outside recording in a parka with some big winter hat all bundled up, that would be amusing, and it did cross my mind. But alas, regular recording just during the beginning of a blizzard. So here we are. All right, today, very big day for me. Today is the last day that I have the pleasure of calling myself a racker. For those of you that don't know, racker is the term of endearment that has been bestowed upon those who are employees at Rackspace Hosting. There's a very tight-knit culture here. The people really, one of the core values is friends and family, and people are very tight. They really do look after each other. There is a very big sense of team and family here, and so we're all rackers together. And there's much sadness in leaving that behind. I spent almost 4 years here. In the next week or two would have been my 4-year mark, and I've loved it. It's been an amazing place. It's given so much to me, and I've tried to give as much back as I could as well while here. I want to give a huge thank you to all the coworkers, friends, managers who have been influential, helpful, supportive, and just big parts of my life over these last 4 years. You guys have been amazing. We will keep in touch, and we'll see you around the similar circles out in the industry space. So on that note, I didn't win the big lottery that everybody was going nuts about over the last couple weeks. That big $1.5 billion lottery or whatever it was. So not having won that, I'm not quitting my job and just going off to buy some small island and live it up for the rest of my life. I am going on to work somewhere else. Little company some of you may have heard of, Deloitte. And I'm going to be joining Deloitte as a unified communications architect starting this Monday, the 25th. And so that means I get to do a little bit of traveling through this blizzard nightmare mess this weekend, and that should be interesting. As a matter of fact, my first couple days at Deloitte for orientation are supposed to be in the DC area, almost ground zero for where this blizzard is hitting. They're expecting to get about 2 feet there up through Saturday night. The snow should be teetering off pretty well by Sunday morning. My original flight on Sunday afternoon was canceled, and it looks like I may have been rescheduled by the airline for later in the day, so I need to look into that and see. Half tempted to just drive up there. It's about 6 hours or so, but I'm not sure. Not sure about that. we'll weigh my options and see. But yeah, should make for an interesting travel case. As far as the position itself, man, I'm thrilled. This is the next leg in my career. I am more than excited to meet my team, to start digging into some of the really cool new projects that I'll be working on. This is just it was the next step for me. A very good opportunity. It's what made sense for me, my family, my career. The interest in products and features that I pursued and wanted to really dig into further, I'm going to get that opportunity here. And so it just was the right move for me at this time. Very excited to be joining Deloitte. For those of you that know much about Deloitte, it's a huge company that is kind of broken down into several smaller organizations. I will be joining Deloitte Services LP and joining a team of architects and engineers there working on unified communications, and I couldn't be more excited to be a part of that. So if any of you, I know I am connected with a couple of you on LinkedIn and Twitter already, and if any of you are watching the video today or this weekend, looking forward to joining you guys next week. So that's my big news. Very excited for that. Other big news, the Skype for Business Hybrid Handbook. I released the new version of that, version 1.2, last week. And pretty quickly there, Fabrizio Volpe, a Office Servers and Services MVP, did a blog post review of the ebook. Again, free ebook on the TechNet gallery. And he was very direct, honest, and gave good feedback and gave a good recommendation for it and gave me some good working feedback as well. And that post was huge for sharing it. I noticed my numbers start to really go up from there. And then Skype for Business itself, the Skype for Business account on Twitter, went and shared the download link and urged its followers to go and download it and check it out. Thank you for that, Skype for Business. That was huge. That was retweeted like crazy. And it really drove my numbers up quite a bit. Before I knew it, I hit the 1,000 download mark, and today I woke up this morning, saw it at 1,999 downloads, and last I checked, let me make sure I'm looking at the right numbers here, but it looks like I finally did cross 2,009 times. So thank you everyone for the support. That is incredible. I'm humbled by the fact that this piece of work has been downloaded that many times, and I hope that it is useful to those that download it and that it actually serves the purpose you downloaded it for. Again, as always, feedback. If you see anything off or that you would recommend, I've already gotten some good recommendations and feedback, and I would appreciate if you let that continue to roll in whatever form you find easiest to give it. That'd be awesome. So, yes, very cool. Moving on with some actual announcements for the community. There was a really cool new video released by Skype for Business. You put up on YouTube, and it's just kind of a video going over Skype for Business with Cloud PBX, the first person and using it, and how easy and fluid it is, and how much it can change the way you operate. The first person I saw to share this on Twitter was Jamie Stark, who works at Skype for Business at Microsoft. And he shared that out there, and I've seen it reshared by other people since then. People both at Microsoft, and then of course the community picked it right up and started sharing it. It's not anything terribly technically in depth, but it was a really nicely put together video, very slick, very good at highlighting the power of Cloud PBX and what it can do for you and how well it integrates with the whole product, and especially in your hybrid environments. A very good video to kind of share with customers or clients maybe. So yeah, if you get a chance, I'm going to put the link in the description of the video. At least check out the video, and if you find it useful to share around or again, share with clients or customers, go for it. It was really well done, very good production quality. So thanks for sharing that, guys. Next up, Skype for Business Backup Tool. This is a script put up on the TechNet gallery by none other than Mark Vale. that was put up a while ago, and he has updated it. Mark's Twitter handle, by the way, is at Unified Vale, Vale. And he has since updated it this week and put the new updated script out there on the gallery. And it has been updated to include the ability to back up your SLA config. And SLA was a feature released, I want to say November last year, if I recall from my reading this morning. Shared line appearance. And I'm not going to go into detail about what that is and describe all the ins and outs there. I talked about that in a previous video, and it's a cool new feature. If you are now using it or will be using it and are looking for a good way to kind of back up that config and have that in a safe place along with backing up the rest of your environment, check out Mark's script download that he has put in the gallery there. I'm going to provide that link as well in the description of the YouTube video. So check it out, download it, and if you like it, same with my book. In both cases, rate it. Go in there and give it a rating on TechNet. Those are super helpful. They let other people know whether or not the tool or the publication is worth their time. And it's just a very good indicator of what the community thinks of the tool or the book. So again, good job, Mark. Thanks for that. And check it out, guys. Next thing, and the last one I've got on this list here, Tom Arbuthnot. And Tom, I really need to have a conversation with you one of these days so that I can find out if I am repeatedly mispronouncing your name on the show. Every time I've brought up something else that you've done, I say your last name and I'm like, I know I'm not saying this right, but I just don't know. Yeah, we'll figure that out one of these days. Tom is an Office Servers and Services MVP as well. He works for Modality Systems, based out of the UK, and he published a new blog post this week on his tomtalks.uk blog about adding the audio test service bot for a Cloud PBX user. The actual blog title is Add Skype Consumer or Skype for Business Server Audio Test Service Bot to a Cloud PBX user. This is a pretty slick little tip and tool here, and he did a very good job documenting it and putting up screenshots of the client interface. Essentially, on Skype for Business Server, as a user, you have the ability to test your audio, to use this bot to record a message and play it back and make sure your audio works good. If you are a Cloud PBX user, the little check button on the dial pad is actually missing. It's not there. So to work around that, Tom has given a couple great tips for how to add in a bot to your contact list. Whether you're adding it, if you're configured for hybrid, how to add in the bot from the Skype for Business server side, how to look that up via PowerShell and all that. And if you are just Cloud PBX, but you allow federation with the public Skype directory, then you can also add in the public Skype bot. And he's gone through and described that, and again, given good detailed screenshots on how to accomplish that. I will again put the link to that blog in the description of the video on YouTube. Please go check that out, and it could come in very handy for users that want to test their audio from Cloud PBX. I assume one of these days Cloud PBX will put that functionality there anyway, like they probably should. But for now, this is a good workaround. Okay, I have not been keeping track of time. I'm notorious for having to re-record my shows because I go over 15 minutes, and yeah, don't want that to happen again. So for all of you that are in the path of Storm Jonah or Jonas or whatever we've got here, stay warm, stay safe. Please do not go out driving in the middle of a ridiculous blizzard. Just not something that you need to do. Just bundle up, stay safe, ride it out, and I'll see you all on the hopefully warmer side of this next week. Next week I will be recording, I think, Thursday night. You're probably still delivering Friday morning, but I will be recording Thursday night because I will still, and that may be the new norm actually, is recording Thursday night now that I'm starting with Deloitte, and I will be finishing up my last day with my team next Friday and then flying back home next Friday. So I will probably record this Thursday night. and drop it on Twitter and then YouTube, LinkedIn for you guys Friday morning. So look for that. I'm excited to share how the first week went and what my new experiences were there and how I survived the traveling through the blizzard. So if you're curious to see if I'm not frozen or anything at that point, tune in next week and we'll chat more then. Thanks for tuning in, guys. You guys have a great weekend. Again, stay safe, stay warm, and we'll talk to you next week.